What's up, everybody? This is GameOrNought. I wanted to catch up with you today just about the news about Google Stadia staff leaving. I've seen a lot of people online talking about, is Stadia dead? Is it dying? I think it's worth just having a look at the story itself and actually picking it apart and seeing whether there is any truth in the rumours that maybe Google is starting to shutter Stadia a little bit. So this is the news story. I've gone to IGN.com to take it. 6 Google Stadia staff leave to join Haven Entertainment. Essentially, the story goes that the head of product at Google Stadia left, and then 6 key staff have then followed them. They've all gone to Haven Entertainment Studios, which was set up by Jade Raymond, who previously ran Google Stadia's Games and Entertainment studio. She left to go and set up her own development studio, and a load of people from Stadia have followed. So, thoughts on this? Well, you have to look at the people who have left. The head of product has left. The general manager has left of Stadia Games and Entertainment. Head of creative services and publishing, staff researcher, graphics programmer, concept artists. There's quite a team there that have left, okay? And so on the face of it, yeah, it absolutely looks like Stadia's dying. It looks like people are leaving Stadia. It looks like they might have been told, hey, we're going to be shuttering, you need to go somewhere else. That's what people are kind of saying online. I think reality is that those people joined Stadia Games and Entertainment when Stadia was going to be a publisher and a platform, and now that they're reshaping to just be a platform rather than a publisher and a developer of games, they want to be somewhere else, and they want to be working on making games, not just on being a platform. And that's fine, that's completely fair, that makes a lot of sense. And I think then, when you put in that context, is Stadia dead? No, I don't think it is. Is it dying? I think it could potentially be. This isn't a healthy sign. It doesn't matter how you cut it. It doesn't matter how you explain it. It's not a healthy sign that these people want to leave, especially when they're going to essentially be working for the opposition in Sony. So where does it leave Stadia? It leaves it in a pretty precarious position. They need to show that they've got some faith in it. If the people are going to buy games, if people are going to use Stadia, they need to know that it's going to be around. And at the moment, I don't think there is that confidence there. They really need to work on that. Now, full disclosure, I'm a massive Stadia fan. I have been since it was announced. I've got Stadia. I love my Stadia. I've bought games on Stadia. I had Stadia Pro for ages. It's a great service. And I think it shows that game streaming is going to be a thing that's going to carry on. Xbox are doing really well with their Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. That's really fantastic service. Amazon Luna is obviously in quite far testing now, or sort of a beta almost in the US. Really looking forward to seeing what that looks like when it comes out over here. So obviously game streaming is a thing that is going to be around, and it makes a lot of sense as well. I still argue the point that Stadia and streaming makes a lot of sense. If you haven't got the most expensive console, if you haven't got the most expensive PC, you can still play the new gen games. You know, Cyberpunk you can play on Stadia, and you don't need a stonking great PC, and you don't need a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. You can play it on your old laptop as long as you've got a decent internet connection. And for me, that's always going to be hugely preferable to shelling out thousands of pounds for a modern state-of-the-art PC, or just having to hunt down the new consoles, which are still in high demand and low supply. And I think it shows that Amazon getting into it is also a great sign, and Luna seems to be doing really well from all I've heard. Seems to be taking a different approach, with almost like a Netflixy style approach rather than just a games platform. But I think you've got to look at it and you've got to say, well, hold on, Stadia, if Xbox Game Pass is doing really well and Amazon Luna seems to be taking off really well, where are you getting it wrong? And I think at the end of the day, it's about the confidence. Google have got obviously a history for shelving products and ideas that they've announced and hype that they've built. I think Stadia is slightly different though. You know, Google Glass and things like that were quite small, they were quite niche. They weren't really looking at the big mainstream market. Whereas Stadia, it went immediately into the mainstream market, maybe that was the biggest problem. Maybe it should have started small and grown rather than go straight into the mainstream market, and then we'd be looking at a different situation. That being said, do I think Stadia is going to stay around? I'm unclear on that. At this point in time, all things being said, it's sort of unclear where they're going to go with it. They've said they want to stay around as a platform and a place for people to play games. I don't think there's any money in that for them, or at least there's not enough money for Google to stay interested in just being a platform. Because if people aren't buying games, then you're up, aren't you? And if they can buy games elsewhere and they have the confidence that those other platforms are going to stay around, they're going to go to those other platforms. So that was it, really. I just wanted to have a little quick talk about it, share some ideas, share some thoughts. Obviously, it's not scripted, or I've not written anything down. I just wanted to hop on and sort of see what I thought and share my ideas. I'm really interested to see what Haven Entertainment are up to and what they're going to be putting together. They've got an amazing team of staff, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what they come out with. They're developing a new exclusive IP, which is always fun. I love seeing new IPs, and there's just not enough of them coming out. Too many sequels, not enough new games. It's interesting. We'll see how it goes. I think game streaming is definitely here to stay. Don't get any ideas that with Stadia dying, that means that game streaming is going anywhere. It's not. It's here to stay, and it's going to be a huge platform, I think, going forward. I think you've seen with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X launch and the video card, the graphics card dilemma at the moment, when no one can get hold of the new graphics cards, that game streaming is a real alternative, and an alternative that works if you have a good internet connection. I love my Stadia. I'll do Eternal, Baldur's Gate 3. Absolutely love it. It's ace. Marvel Avengers, which isn't Stadia's fault. They are a great service, and I really do think they are here to stay, and it's worth checking out. And I love Xbox Game Pass on my phone as well. So there, that was it. That was my thoughts. I just wanted to let you know. Let me know what you think. Put your thoughts and your opinions down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and everything you've got to do to make sure that you keep up to date with what GameOrNought is up to. And of course, you'll find a link in the bio if you want to support us. You can support us from just £2 a month on Patreon. What's that? A coffee? A sandwich? Really elaborate chocolate bar? But £2 a month helps us to develop original content, helps us to do more and put more onto the platform. So thanks very much, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.